Hey viewers, welcome to my weekly upload to my channel, Warhammer 40,000 stop motion battle reports. A little bit different this week. We've got some good news and some bad news. Good news is we're making a video this week. Bad news is that we've got no stop motion battle, and the reason is I'm basically turning 2 battles out a month, every 2 weeks. That short kill team battle turns out to be a lot more time consuming to do, so I'm going to be doing this little preview of the stop motion battle for next week, but it'll give you a bit of an idea, and maybe I can flesh out some of the storyline elements which I kind of gloss over in my reviews at times. So I just want to show you what I've got as far as the board goes. This is going to be next week's battle. This is an Orc battle. So we've got a map of Periculo, we've got an Orc settlement close by, and I've got a bunch of Orcs, and they've got this train that we've had in last season, which was on the normal Periculo, and it's basically in this dual dimension thing. Here's the train here. It's crashed. There's a bunch of Orcs looking to scavenge what's on there, and basically they encounter their opponents. I'll explain that in just a minute, but in the meantime I just want to show you what my plan is. Now, this is obviously some spoilers as far as next week goes, so if you just want to watch it next week and not have any spoilers, watch it next week. But otherwise, here's what I'm planning on doing. I don't know how it's going to turn out yet, because as I said, haven't done it yet. So if I could just bring the camera just over here. So what we've got here is we've got some Gretchen Jawas, Star Wars, right? And we've got, they're going to be going along in this squiggoth, whatever you want to call it, and they're going to be salvaging scrap metal for their base. So what we're going to do is they're Jawas, they're trundling along this board here, and what we're going to have is they're going to come across some scrap metal. Now if we pan and look at this way, I picked up these little babies off the internet. Obviously they're not 40k, but for those who've seen Star Wars before, they probably know what they are. Anyway, so there's scrap metal floating around here. Now the idea is they're going to try and pick up those guys and take them back to their base. But the idea is that Star Wars is basically a dead franchise now after what they've done to it. So they're going to basically throw R2-D2 and C-3PO onto the junk heaps because they're not good for anything. I don't know. I haven't actually fleshed all that out yet, so you'll see it all next week when you watch it. But basically it's my attack on Star Wars because I don't really like what they've done with it. But I'm not alone, so there you go. Anyway, enough of that. Let's look at the rest of the army. So I'm going to be building the rest of the Orcs around that. That's a little backstory with the Star Wars element. So we've got some squiggoths here. We've got quite a few things. Sorry, sort of mind fade there. We've got Morkanauts just there. We've got some goblins from Fantasy, which I'll be bringing those out. Now, part of what I'm doing, you'll notice, is I'm mixing 40k with either Age of Sigmar or Warhammer Fantasy battles. That's all supposed to be part. It's intentional, and that's part of our storyline, which you'll have to watch the whole season to find out what that's about. So anyway, just if we pan over these things, we've got, that's our Orc army essentially. I'm not going to use the Gargantuan Squiggoth in this. That's just there because I've got no room for it to put it somewhere. So that's really our army as such, just there for the Orcs. Now if we move up to, there's a couple of Space Marines up here. We've got this chapter, it's meant to be the 2nd Legion, and they showed their face in a few battles at times across this season, but I'll be using those. That's that white and red scheme there. That's our heroes over the side, which we've seen before. Our Inquisitor has now turned to Chaos at this stage, and that story is still, there's still more in that. So if we can just move over to this side a little bit. That is the rest of our Space Marine army, just along there. Yeah, just that. So they'll all be out in their units and all that at some stage. I haven't really done that yet. That's what we're up to. So that's about all I'm prepared to give away really at this stage. We've got Orks. I'm having a slap at Star Wars and saying bad job, don't do it again. And I'll see how I go with that. And that'll be the battle. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.